My fiancé canceled our wedding on the day, by video phone. His lover, the CEO's daughter, and 30 of her employees were standing beside him, laughing. He smirked and said, "Pay the $30,000 cancellation fee, lol." Then, my gentle parents quietly asked, "Shall we take over the company?" My dad smiled. "No. Destroy the whole building." My name is Emily Parker, and this is a story about my wedding day. Just before the ceremony was about to start, I suddenly got a call from my fiancé, John. "Hey, the wedding's off. Oh, and I need you to cover the $30,000 cancellation fee." When I tapped the answer button, I saw John and a woman I had never seen before, both with big smiles on their faces. "What? What do you mean the wedding's off?" I asked, completely stunned. "Exactly what I said," John replied. The woman next to him was laughing. "Who is she?" I demanded. My parents, standing beside me, had their phones out and were recording. I had no idea why they were recording. I didn't understand what John was saying either. It all sounded like a foreign language I'd never heard before. My dad grabbed the phone from me and said angrily, "John, what's going on here? The wedding's about to start." "Yeah, I know, but I don't want to get married anymore, so it's cancelled." "And who's that woman with you?" My dad asked. "She's my fiancé." "What? You better explain yourself," my dad demanded. "Well, if I do, Emily's going to be pretty upset." "She's already upset. It's better than leaving her confused about why everything's been cancelled." "Okay, fair enough. You're strong. All right, I'll tell you. This woman is the one I actually want to marry. Her name is Jessica." "Hi, I'm Jessica," the woman chimed in. "She's the daughter of a company president. No offense, but Emily's family isn't exactly well off. Marrying someone from a poor family doesn't really do anything for me, so I chose Jessica." "I see," my dad said, his voice low. "I understand now." "So, you get it?" John asked. "Yeah, I understand completely. By the way, all 30 of my guests for today? Yeah, they're not coming either, so don't expect them." With that, the call abruptly ended. What a jerk he is. My parents were furious, but I was in no state to react. I just kept blaming myself, wondering how it all went so wrong and what I had done wrong. "Emily, don't cry," my dad said softly. "Marrying a guy like him wouldn't bring you any happiness. Be glad you found out before the wedding." I knew my dad was right, I understood that. But no matter how hard I tried, the tears wouldn't stop. At that moment, the door swung open. For a split second, I thought maybe it was all a joke and John had been calling from right outside, but when I looked up, it was John's parents storming in, their faces flushed with anger. They were demanding to know what had happened. They had just gotten a call from John telling them the wedding was off. Then, they turned on me, accusing me of being the reason. My dad grabbed my phone and showed them the video he had just recorded. "You think Emily did something? Don't be ridiculous. Emily is the victim here." Once again, I heard John's words I never wanted to hear again. Their faces grew darker as they watched. "Now do you get it?" my dad asked them. We were expecting her wedding, and John pulled this outrageous stunt. He's engaged to Emily, yet he's planning to marry someone else. It's outrageous. And as for that cancellation fee, you all can cover it. Also, since he cheated and broke off the engagement, we'll be demanding compensation. Be ready for that. After my dad said that, they apologized repeatedly and left. "Emily, let's go home," my dad said. Even though my dad said that, I couldn't bring myself to stand. I felt so guilty for my parents, who had been looking forward to my wedding. But I couldn't say a word. I knew I should say something, but the sadness was so overwhelming it felt like my chest would burst. How could this be? I loved him so much, and yet he had someone else he loved, and he was planning to marry her. I couldn't believe it, and all I could do was wish that this was just a bad dream. My parents looked at me with such sorrow, and the warmth of my mom holding me close only made the sadness even worse. After a while, I finally managed to take off the wedding dress and return. You can click on share more to see if there is a part 2.